And we are now live. Welcome, man, to What's Good with Gil and Larry. I'll be Larry. That'll be my main man, Gil. This is our January 31st, 2024 edition. And just to get right into the thick of things, brother, man, we had two great games. Yeah, it was great in two different ways, I guess. Yeah, one side was a defensive game, low scoring defensive game, which I kind of predicted or figured. And then another one was a high scoring game. You know what I mean? Which I just couldn't see that game not being high scoring. And you have the two, I believe on both sides, you saw what having a good coach can do, um, and making adjustments. Life is about adjustments, man. You gotta make life adjustments. You know what I mean? The good ones know how to make the adjustments. The bad ones just try to stick to the game plan. And unfortunately, game plans don't always go as scripted. You know what I mean? I guess the first one I guess I want to get into really, man, is I want to go to the NFC side. You know what I mean? Because I felt that was just I felt Detroit. I feel for the people of Detroit. My man, what's going on, Eddie? My man Eddie just reached out to us. How you doing, Eddie, man? Yeah, we doing good, man. We doing good, brother. Um, I felt like Detroit was there. They definitely was there. If you watched that game, they were there. They came out like you was supposed to come out. They came out, they punched them in the face, they brought the pressure, they played loose, they did everything you're supposed to do in one half. One half. Remind me of when Atlanta played New England in the Super Bowl. When you did everything right. You go with a big lead, and I don't know what translated in the locker room, Gil. But for me personally, the message would have been, hey guys, look, it's 0-0. We need to go out there, execute, know that they're going to give us their best shot. This is a championship quality team. So don't go out there and get last days of cold. Stay true to us. Stay true to what we're doing. And then, hey, man, we're going to punch our ticket in the Super Bowl, man. I like our chances. That's would have been my speech. I don't think that's how that went. I think they went in there. They were, oh, man, we got big lead. We got the momentum. And next thing I know, man, they came out, put some drives together, and then the game got tighter and tighter and tighter. It's like going down to the end zone, man. The windows get tight, you know. And then as a coach, man, you got to take the shot. This is to the Super Bowl, man. This ain't no regular game, man. This is to the Super Bowl, man. That's what you did it for all year to get to the big one. Okay, I understand being aggressive. I get that part. You got to take the points when they're there, man. You got to take the points when there were three opportunities when a man could have kicked the field goal and changed the momentum of the game. Sometimes you just need to kick the field goal just to change momentum. Okay, Dan Campbell, I think you are a great coach. I'm not taking nothing away from the fact that I think you're a great coach. Y'all did an outstanding job in Detroit, but this is why y'all have not hit the championship level. Because of this. It's only about a player or two, man, that's going to take you to the Super Bowl. And that's just the God honest truth. When you get to this level in the game, this late in the season, it's really a player or two. Really a player or two. And that's what it came down to. It came down to one team executed in the second half. The other team was aggressive, and their aggression worked against them. Okay. Man, I feel for Detroit because I really felt like it would have been good to see them in a Super Bowl just for some fresh blood. You know what I'm saying? Especially that franchise being 0-16, maybe 5 or 6, 7 years ago, something like that. Maybe might even been longer now, might have been 10 years. I just know they were 0-16. Okay.
And it was more than 10 years ago.
More than 10 years ago. Okay, yeah. I know the 0-16 stands in my brain. Okay. It was just one of them seasons, right? And then be able to go to a Super Bowl. Impressive. So what's your thoughts on that game, man? I didn't gave my spiel on that particular game. What's your thoughts on that game?
First of all, let me just acknowledge the fact that outside of Kansas City and Baltimore not hitting the over, I got every single prediction for the entire weekend right, including Royal Rumble predictions.
Yeah, you did.
Got them all right.
You did.
Got them all right. I said Cody Rhodes would win it.
That's a fact.
And I said that Jade Cargill would make her official WWE re-return.
Mm-hmm.
She was in NXT for a cup of coffee, but she made her name over in AEW. Anyway, getting back to what you were saying. Of course, I'm in agreement with you. I guess maybe where I'll only kind of possibly disagree is I don't know that Dan Campbell is a good coach.
Okay.
I know he's a good motivator.
Okay.
I know he's a good cheerleader. I know he's always going to go for it, and he wants to, bite your kneecaps and things like that. Those are things that I know. I don't know that he's a good coach. I know that he, gets the team to rally around him. I know that the environment and the culture has changed within the last 2 years. He's been there 3. The last 2 years, there's definitely a different feel around that organization. However, what you said was absolutely true. I mean, he is the main reason why they lost this game. Okay? We discussed this before. If you're willing to, just before the half, kick the field goal because you want, the guaranteed points, and you have a 17-point lead, then you got to kick the field goal again. When the team comes out of the half and they get a good drive going, but it kind of stalls and they only get 3, and then you get a drive going, you got to answer that 3. Oh, I don't want to hear, I wanted to go for it. We wanted to be aggressive. We wanted a touchdown. We always want a touchdown.
Yeah.
We always want a touchdown, regardless of the situation or the game or anything like that. What do we always say? What did I tell you, Larry? Yeah. The difference between a good coach and just an ordinary coach is time management, game situation. Time management, game situation. You got to staple that in your head. Okay, they came with a drive, got 3 points, they got a little momentum. You come with a drive, if you kick the field goal, it's not a guarantee you'll make it. I saw this year, he only missed 2 field goals that were in the 40s range. Only 2. Okay, so I'm guessing he's probably going to make it.
Indeed.
He's a better field goal kicker than what San Francisco has in that rookie. Okay, who already had missed one in the first half. So I'm answering your momentum with my momentum. I'm keeping it a 3-score game.
Indeed.
Okay, now you've got to reestablish momentum again because what you just came out of the half with, I squashed it. Okay, what are you trying to do? You take the points. You take the points. Oh, they get a touchdown. We want a touchdown. They get a field goal. We want a touchdown. No kidding. No kidding. But keep it 3 scores. Go down there, and even if you can't keep it 3 scores, get something out of it. There's no reason to be going for 4th and 3, 4th and 5.
Right.
There's no reason for that because when you don't get it, then the momentum escalates. It goes even higher. The tidal wave gets even bigger. The avalanche comes at you even harder. And then what happens? Detroit gets the ball after a touchdown, and San Francisco gets, and they
choke,
cough it up.
Yep.
They cough it up, right?
And
now the momentum is big time. Can you believe? It's hard to believe that they were up 24-7.
24-7.
24-7.
7.
San Francisco just went right by them.
20.
Right by them.
How you win?
24-7.
They win by 10. They won by 10.
Well, they technically won by 3 because Detroit got that late.
Yeah, the late dumb touchdown. You're right. They got the late touchdown.
For the cover.
Yeah.
For the cover.
Yeah, for the cover. Yeah, definitely for the cover. All right, man, you can't be cute in football, man. That's being cute. It's called being cute. Okay? It doesn't make no common sense. 4th and 3. 4th and 5. Like, come on. What are you doing? Like, come on. This not inches. This not the push, the tush push, as they say in Philly. This ain't that. This is 3 yards, man. That's the equivalent of going 20 offs. And I know they had the analytics. I know they had this. Sometimes analytics actually do make sense, Gil. Sometimes the numbers are what they are. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Situational football, you got the numbers. This kicker, like you just said, only missed two. You feel me? Yeah, only missed 2. That's not a 90% clip, ain't it? For the most part, you almost guaranteed.
Yeah.
You almost
I
guaranteed.
don't know how many he took, but I'm sure he took a lot. I'm sure he probably took a whole lot of kicks in the 40s. Probably took more in the 40s than he did in the 30s. But anyway, yeah, he only missed 2. He only missed 2 all year. I think they said he was. Now I think about it. I think they said he was 12 for 14.
12 for 14.
Kicking field goals
90.
between 40 and 49. 12. I think that's what I heard. I think he went 12 for 14 this year, kicking anywhere from 40 to 49 yards. So that's
we got a question.
Very good. That's better than 90%.
We got a question from one of our guests, man, our viewers, man. He said, "Do you think that cost him would that have been enough to cost him his job as a coach?"
No.
Nah.
Because he was a big part of the culture change. Yeah. He definitely bought himself some equity for at least this year. You know, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth if you're a Detroit fan, if you're those Detroit players. But listen, their offensive coordinator that looked to be penciled in to be a head coach somewhere, and it looked like Washington was going to be the destination. Yeah. He's coming back. He said unfinished business. Yeah. So, you know, I don't think that costs anybody any job. You know, maybe Aaron Glenn leaves if he gets a head coaching opportunity, something like that. But the offensive coordinator's back, the players are back, Goff is back, Dan Campbell is back. You know, if this was, I don't know, maybe if this was last year, you know, you think about it, but no way. You could see something building. You could see something. You know, he had a bad half. Yeah, he had a bad half. He had a good first half, had a bad second half. So no, you definitely you run it back. I mean, right now on paper, they're still the team to beat in their division. Indeed. Minnesota right now doesn't have a quarterback. Nope. I still think they're probably a little better than Green Bay, and until I see Chicago make the playoffs, I'm not going to predict them making the playoffs. Yeah,
you're right about that. And then the way y'all going, man, the way it's looking for y'all, because so many scenarios is you could play out. You know, so many scenarios. But I honestly think that the front office is going to be listening to the white noises all around it, right? Like we was talking, right? We're talking about. You hear a lot of people talking about, I hope they don't blow the pick. Like y'all were like, it wasn't like y'all were a bad team. You know what I mean? It's not like y'all got the number 1 pick because you just had a terrible record. Y'all got the pick off of a trade. You know what I'm saying? Off a trade. Mm-hmm. So technically it's free money. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm playing with house money right now. If you talk about gambling terms, I'm playing with house money. I hit the casino, came in, put my dollar in the slot machine, and ding, and went crazy, right? So I'm playing with house money. Okay. Personally, I would take the quarterback that, hey, man, we won 4 more games with this quarterback, right? We seen momentum. We seen potential. Okay. You build an offensive line around, give him some more playmakers, man. Guess what you got? Now I'm putting the pressure on this quarterback. Okay. Mm-hmm. Hey, man, we equipped you with the tools for you to be successful. Okay. We're building this offense around you. There's no question marks in the offense. Okay. You are a guy. We're going to build around you. Instead, I know what they're more than likely, oh, no, you can't pass with generational talent. It's Caleb. You're going to be stupid if you pass on mine. The unknown. I got footage of the guy that's in the NFL. Hey, man, I've seen the struggles. I've seen the potential, and I can build around the potential. Rather than these overhyped college kids coming into the NFL. Oh, he's so great at college. What wasn't he that great? They didn't win a national championship in USA. They fizzled out the end of this year. You know, you can say it's defense. Yeah, and I can say it's offense too. I'm just saying you're a generational talent. Once again, I could be wrong because Mahomes is a generational talent, and I'm sure Texas Tech didn't make it to no national championship. But once again, it's a team sport, right? It's not an individual sport. So individually, he might have the skill set to be that guy. Who knows? You build around him. All I'm saying is the fact that you have a bona fide person that you can see his potential, rather for the unknown. This guy could come in the next level, man, and fizzle out, bro. We done seen it many times over. We done seen it many times over. So I think it's going to be where y'all gonna go for Caleb. Might work a trade situation for Justin Fields, and like you said, hopefully don't go to the scenario you don't want, where they actually try to make Caleb earn the job and keep Justin.
Oh,
That'd be the dumbest thing, worst thing ever you could have done.
That'd be a disaster.
It'd be a disaster.
Then I would feel bad for Caleb.
Yeah.
Because the whole locker room would be going for Justin.
Indeed.
And Caleb would feel it. You know, a rookie being in the locker room where his teammates don't want him there and really don't want him to succeed. Yeah, that would be tough on him.
Yeah.
Listen, just cut bait. You want the generational talent, then just cut bait and draft them and get rid of Justin. Someone's out there. Someone will offer you a pick or two, one pick this year, one pick next year. They'll offer something. They'll offer something. And you're right. The number one pick is house money. But you're also right. If Carolina didn't suck so bad, okay, because that was predicted to be a top 10 pick, not the number one.
Indeed.
Okay, so let's just say, argument's sake, lowest as possible. Carolina's pick is 10 because it was supposed to be top 10. Let's say that pick is 10 and the Bears are 9, which is how they finished. So they're picking 9 and 10. Are they really talking about, we got to get a quarterback?
That part.
Are they really talking about that?
You're not.
Picking back there?
You're not.
Maybe they packaged those 2 picks up, but that's not what Poles does. Poles tries to package to get extra picks. He'll move down to get extra picks. He doesn't want to package 2 picks in the top 10 to move up.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what he does. So if they were picking 9 and 10, would they really be going for a quarterback? No, it's the fact that Carolina sucks so bad.
Yeah.
It's so terrible.
Yeah.
They finished with the worst overall record, which, the trade last year gave the Bears the number 1 pick. To me, I'm definitely rolling with Justin. But the thing is, these people, these, experts, these draft experts or the front offices, when you ask them about it, they don't just say, I think the Bears will or should take Caleb Williams. What they say, and this is how they do it. They go, oh yeah. Oh, they're taking Caleb. Oh yeah, they're going for the higher prospect. Oh yeah, they're going to take the generational talent. That's easy. Oh, they're going to do that. Yeah. They're so very arrogant, and flippant about it, like to the point where they're saying Chicago would be stupid not to do that. There is no second option. Yeah, Justin's pretty good, and maybe his arrow is pointing up. But this is the guy, and you don't pass on the guy. And of course they know that. Of course they know you don't pass on the guy. So when they say that, I listen, I don't know. I don't know if something like that impacts management or ownership and stuff like that. But they are talking like that. They're not saying, well, I would go with Caleb, or, Caleb was the higher prospect coming out of college, higher than even Justin was coming out of college and stuff like that. And Justin, he's progressing, but he's progressing at a slower rate than Caleb would, if he was in the pros right now. That's all fair and may be true. But how they're saying it, I'm hearing a bunch of them that are picking Caleb Williams. They're like, oh yeah, I mean, if they want the better quarterback, then they're going to take Caleb. That's how they're saying it. They're even kind of, doing the arms folded, like, oh yeah. I mean, of course, like common sense. Of course, they're taking him. So I'm not one of those guys, but I did use this as an example with you when we spoke earlier. 2017, that was the year that Myles Garrett went number 1, and the first quarterback off the board was Trubisky when the Bears were picking 3rd, and they traded up 1 spot to get Trubisky and they traded with San Francisco because apparently Carolina was making calls that they were not Carolina, Cleveland was making calls that they were interested in Trubisky. So whether it's true or not, the Bears traded up 1 spot to guarantee that they get their guy. Now, the point is, all these big name guys. Now I'm going to keep Daniel Jeremiah out of it because I didn't hear him. But all big name guys, the usual suspects, the Todd McShays, the Mel Kipers, and a whole bunch of them, they had, not only did they either have Trubisky 1 or 2, but that was the year Mahomes came out, and nobody picked him higher than 3rd. And what's his name? Todd McShay had him 6th. 6th. So these are the guys where this is their job.
Right.
Watch games in college and project. That's their job. And they get paid handsomely for it.
No.
I have told you before, I do mock drafts just for poops and giggles. And I get more right. And I'm telling you, this is the truth. I get more right than Mel Kiper and most of those other guys, especially Mel Kiper. Because Mel Kiper will do like 7 or 8 of them before the draft. He does a ton of them, and he's constantly updating it. And I don't know why players fall and rise when they're the same player, because they look good in gym shorts. Apparently, I don't really understand that. But needless to say, the Senior Bowl is happening on Saturday, so they're doing all these practices this week. They're in Mobile, Alabama, right now, so I'm paying attention. Listen, it's going to be a tough couple months for me because I just want to know. I'm at the point where I don't want to root against Caleb Williams, and I don't want to fall, keep being in love with Justin Fields if he's not going to be here. I want to know, but maybe it'll come down to what Poles can get more for. If he can trade down and get more equity than versus trading Justin Fields and what they could get with him, maybe that's the decision that it's going to be. I do know he likes to acquire more talent, which sounds like that's what everybody would do. But if you think about like Dallas, you don't think about Dallas trading down. You think about Dallas trading up. They're one of those teams that always trades up. They fall in love with a player, they trade up.
Yep.
Well, Ryan Poles with the Bears, I mean, I know he's only been there a couple of years now, but his history and during his press conference, he said he wants to accumulate, instead of drafting or signing one really good player, he wants to sign multiple players that are good and draft multiple players that are good, which tells me I'm not going to stay here and possibly get this guy, find this guy. I'm willing to go down so I could get a good one here, maybe a good one later, maybe a good one next year. But it's a lottery ticket.
Right.
Just more of these guys fail than succeed.
That's a fact.
More of them fail than
That's
succeed.
a fact.
And that includes first round.
Yes, that's a fact.
So what you're doing is you're acquiring another lottery ticket. You're acquiring the ability to maybe cash in another time. But odds are probably that lottery ticket is nothing but garbage. There's a better chance that lottery ticket is just garbage, and you've wasted the talent that was here by going down here.
Mm-hmm.
You've wasted it for something that was a little more of a sure thing, which nothing's a sure thing. And you know who's the least sure thing of any position in the draft? It's quarterback.
Quarterback.
Yep. So,
yep. And speaking of quarterback, unfortunately, the other side of the coin is I feel for Lamar. I really do. Because at the end of the day, when you are the quarterback, you are responsible for everything. If you win, they praise you. If you lose, it was your fault. And in that case, I can't put it on the quarterback. I can't. Normally, I'd be like, yeah, Lamar folded. He didn't have his best game, yada, yada, yada. No, that was not the case. The case was that Spagnuolo put a heck of a defensive plan together. A remarkable defensive plan together. 23 lived in the backfield. I'm telling you, 23. I thought Michael Jordan suited up and played football. That's how much 23 was in Lamar Jackson's face. Clearly, he was the spy. They were not going to let Lamar Jackson beat him. Great coaching. We take away what you do best and make you beat us other ways. What do Baltimore do best? They run the football. That's their stamp. This is what they do. This is how their identity is built. Don't matter who they're at the backfield is back there, who they're at the running back. They run the running backs like Mako, man. They always getting injured. You know what I mean? So you always got durable running backs, right? But yet and still, that's their philosophy. Run. They brought a new offense coordinator in, right? And they supposed to open up the playbook. Cool. Yeah, as you should, right? But once again, y'all run the ball. They took the run away. They locked up on the receivers. Great job on the receivers. Great job for you doing your job. If you're running man, and then the blitzes they were throwing at them, man, they really, as a defense court, you want to disguise the blitzes, man. You want to disguise the coverages. A good defense, you don't know it's coming to when it comes. A bad one, you can see it coming. Oh, that's cover two. Oh, the safety's coming over. Oh, yeah, I got one. Big boy. Man, oh, man. It was such a remarkable job. And then 15 did we do. 15 does what he do. To him, he's Tom Brady 2.0, Joe Montana 3.0. Whatever you want to say he is that guy, okay? He doesn't fold. He only gets better. When the pressure comes, me and you discuss this. The great ones, you know what makes them great? When the pressure gets thick, they get thicker, okay? Mm-hmm. When the pressure gets thick and the spotlight gets bright, they get bigger. They don't wilt underneath the pressure. They actually absorb it and get bigger. They become giants.
Mm-hmm. What does primetime say? Oh, there are two types of people: those who run towards the pressure and those who run away from it.
Indeed, 15 is running to it. 15 is trying to put a dagger in your heart. Mm-hmm. 15 is trying to take your breath away. 15 is trying to take your soul. He's a dog, okay? Mm-hmm. Trevor Kelsey, he's a dog. Mm-hmm. He's a dog.
They're like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
Oh, get over here! I need you. Get over here, right? They taking your soul. Baltimore, man, you was home. Chips is in your corner. This is the first time y'all hosted the AFC Championship game. Crowd was in it. Everybody's in it. You had great Ravens there. They want to see y'all go to the next level. This is the coronation because, he's getting the MVP this year. Lamar's definitely going to get the MVP. He deserved it by right? Somebody forgot to send that memo to 15. Somebody forgot to tell Travis Kelsey not to come play. Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift, the pop, the lady pop.
I've heard of her.
You heard her?
I heard of her.
She's like a generational talent too.
Yeah.
NFL smart. NFL smart. Yeah, NFL smart. They know how to bring them crowds, man. They know how to get that money. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Come on, man. I know y'all get tired of seeing the camera on her, right? But the NFL smart. It's about the big bucks. Mm-hmm. We don't care about your opinion because she draws a crowd. Little girls ain't never seen football watching football now because is there.
Bingo.
Come on now. Come on. Use your brain, America.
And Travis had him a game. But didn't he go 11 for 11?
Doesn't he always? He did it in the Super Bowl against Philly, took Philly's soul. Get over here. Right? This guy, man, was like, and that's the threat. That's the threat. That's the thing about it. That if anybody on the field I'm not going to let beat me, for the most part, is him. I'm shooting all types of men to him, man. Tony got to beat me. Rice got to beat me. Pacheco got to beat me. I don't care what. It's Vale Scanlon, whatever that dude named Valdez Scanlon. He needs to beat me. But Travis Kelsey, 87, ain't going to beat me, bro. No. If we playing basketball, I'm playing boxing one. I don't care about the other four. Follow him. You better be like his shadow. You hear me? He ain't beating us. If I lose, going to be because the other guys had a good game. But I'd be darned if I'm going to sit here and this guy go for 70 on me. Luka Doncic do 73 on me. Mm-hmm. Clearly, only guy on the court that came to play. You feel me? I'm just saying, brother. Travis Kelsey is not beating me. 15 is not beating me. I'm putting spies on them. I'm telling you, man, I'm trying to, but once again, Andy Reid is a great coach. He's a Hall of Fame coach. He is that guy. You hear me? He can make a Buick look good. He made Buicks look good, okay? Philly had Buicks, okay? Now you get him a Ferrari, fresh off the lot, no mileage. Oh, oh, oh. I know he was licking his chops when he saw what this quarterback. Well, he's a quarterback whisperer. So imagine you had to whisper to this quarterback. You just let him go. Woo! I don't know if you ever drove a Ferrari, man, but it feels real good, man. It's a different type of feel, man. It's a sports car. It's different. It feels
You
different.
drove a Ferrari?
I have. In my other life, I have. I ain't gonna tell you, but in my other life, I have.
Okay.
I have. It wasn't mine. Right. Let me drive it. It wasn't mine, but let me drive it. You hear me? It's different. It's like going to the it's like, you know how you go to go-kart racing and stuff. You go to you on the speed track, it's small and whoo, yeah, it feels good. I see why you pay over 100,000 for it. No doubt.
I'm good at go-kart racing too.
Yeah, it's fun. But yeah, man, congratulations to Kansas City. Once again, the narrative was how the offense was, it was a bad year in terms of Kansas City. It was actually a bad year. But even though it's a bad year, they're going to the Super Bowl.
How about
Are you
that?
scratching your head right now, brother? They had a bad year, Gil.
Yeah, for them.
For them. They went and then the road to the Super Bowl. We're not even talking about that. This is the first year Mahomes wasn't at home hosting the party. He had to go on the road and win. And in two places that's hard to win. Buffalo and Baltimore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially Baltimore, they dominate at home. And we're not talking about this. You hear me? Wasn't no cupcake games, brother.
He had to take on Bills Mafia.
He did. It was a good game. It was a great game. He had to go to Baltimore with that defense. Number 1 ranked defense when the playoffs came in, bro. Number 1. Okay? Mm-hmm. You had to go to Baltimore with all the hype and come out with a victory, man. Salute to Andy Reid, his staff, his coaching. I feel for Harbaugh. I think he is a good coach. He's a good coach. And my question to you, though, brother, you think he'll make the Hall of Fame?
Harbaugh?
Yes. John, yes. Good question, right? Think about it. He got a resume now. Think about it, brother.
He's got a good resume.
He got a good resume.
Obviously, he has the Super Bowl.
Yes.
So I'm leaning towards yes, but coaches wait a long time. A long time. You saw how long Jimmy Johnson had to wait.
Yeah.
I do think John gets there, but this was a bad loss. This was if they went to the Super Bowl and lost, okay, it doesn't hurt you. This was a bad one. I know this is Mahomes. I know this is Andy Reid, but John Harbaugh knows Andy Reid. He coached under Andy Reid. He was the special teams coach for a bunch of years in Philadelphia with Andy Reid, and then his last year he was the top assistant coach next to Andy Reid before he got the job with Baltimore. So he can't act like he was surprised. What surprised me is how quickly Baltimore bailed on the run. They got away from what got them to this point. It's almost as like they said after the first couple series, F it. You know what? We got the quarterback that's the MVP. We believe in him so much. We'll have him play the other guy's game and beat him. And that didn't happen. You should have stayed true to yourself. The team shouldn't have abandoned the run. Mm-hmm. The point spread, it never got more than 14 points. Mm-hmm. And Kansas City didn't score in the second half. Mm-hmm. So, what are we talking about here? They kind of just I don't know what they were. They upgraded. I felt like they upgraded in offensive coordinator, which I was surprised with.
Yeah, I agree.
But all year, it is what it is. And Lamar was great. And as you said, he's going to get the MVP. He deserves the MVP. But how they came out and played and continued to play throughout the game was not the version of Lamar Jackson's
No,
MVP offense. It
no.
just wasn't.
It
And
wasn't.
listen, I don't want to. I got people who are Ravens fans. You know where we live.
Indeed.
We're only an hour away from M&T Bank Stadium.
Indeed.
So I feel for them, but I don't want to hear, oh, Kansas City always gets the calls. Oh,
No,
they
that was
already
not the case.
preconceived. They wanted Taylor Swift.
That was not the
the
case.
Super Bowl. Hey, man, listen.
No.
Those penalties, those false starts, those whacking Mahomes in the head and the face mask, that was you guys who did that. That was you guys who extended plays and gave them automatic first down.
Yep.
That was the Ravens who did that. It was the Ravens that didn't stick to their offensive game plan like they did all year. It was the Ravens. Don't give me the refs on this one. There are games when we can point to the refs and say, what the F? You stupid zebra. All right? But this was not the game.
No.
This wasn't the game. I mean, all you had to do was do what you normally do. But, you know, when Flowers is turning the ball over at the one and you get the touchback.
Oh, come on.
You get the touchback. And then, which, by the way, my favorite play in the NFL because it bothers so many people. I love it. And Lamar Jackson, why is he throwing? Why is he rushing and throwing, you know, in the end zone with three guys there? What are we doing? And then they're like, oh, I should have been pass interference. Your quarterback shouldn't have threw the ball. Shouldn't have threw the ball. I bet you Mahomes doesn't do that.
You're right about that.
He doesn't.
You're right about that.
We'll do a Super Bowl preview next week.
Yes.
This is the time for that.
Yeah, not now.
Too much can happen. They're not going to keep somebody to our prediction, you know, a week and a half out before the big. It's not going to happen. Okay.
So stay tuned. We definitely the upcoming show. We would definitely go over our preview of who we think how the Super Bowl is going to play out. Like you said, man, we could kill the conspiracy theories because kill all the refs. You know, not this game. It's just you really got out schemed. You got away from what you do. You know, congratulations to the other team because they definitely came prepared. You know, and that's all it is, man. You got to make adjustments, man. Like in my speech for Baltimore, because they looked like they went in there just several, like they didn't know what was going on. You know how you get hit with a punch and you punch drunk? They were punch drunk, man. They were trying to get the equilibrium back, right? So as a coach, I'm coming in like, listen, man. We have to do what we do, fellas. We have to control the line of scrimmage, okay? We are the bigger team. We are the physical team. This is what we do. They're coming to our house. This is our house. You want to let somebody come in your house and do what they want to do in your house? That's how that would have went. That's the fire that got lit of me. Run this football down their throat. Hey, we're going to lose our way, not their way.
Mm-hmm.
Run the football down their throat and make them beat us. Yes. Hey, man, I'm cool with that. I'm cool. I ain't got no regrets. I'm going to go right to the half. Hey, the better team beat me. That's how it's going to go. I'm going to meet you in the field, shake your hand and say it was your day. But I'll be darned if I'm going to get away from what we do and what we've been doing to get us to this point in the season, bro. It's too late to be cute, all right? All that cute stuff is for the regular season, man. This is the playoffs, okay? This is to the big things. So all that cuteness stops. We don't need to be cute. We need to be physical. Okay?
It's like a pitcher and a batter. Okay? The pitcher, he's got 3 pitches, maybe has 4. But he's got one pitch that is his bread and butter.
Yes.
Probably the fastball. Probably. When you're going to get somebody out, you use your bread and butter.
Yeah.
You don't want that guy to hit a home run or the game winner off of you because you came with your second or third best pitch. When you're trying to get him out, you go with your best pitch. You got him on the ropes, you go with your best pitch. If it's the fastball, if it's the curveball, whatever it is, that's what got you to the dance. That's what your bread and butter is. And listen, if he hits it, he hits it. If he hits a home run, what do they do? Is a run around the bases? You tip your hat. Hey, you got me.
Great, you got me.
That was my best. That was my best shot, and you hit it. But I don't want him hitting my screwball or my slider. Those are my second, third, fourth best pitches. No. And that's what Baltimore did.
Yeah.
That's what Baltimore did.
Yep.
They got away from their best pitch and came with something else. And you see, it's something that you're going to have to think about the whole offseason. And I don't want to hear any more about Lamar Jackson and the MVP and he's elite, blah, 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 blah. We're at the point now, Lamar has to prove himself in the playoffs.
Indeed. I mean,
got to prove himself. Now with that loss, he's still, I believe, one game under 500.
Yeah.
Still one game under 500. So
I hate for him to be defined by that, but that's the reality. That's the reality, man. It's like certain teams that played well in the regular season, Dallas Cowboys being one of them. But the knock against America's team is what? We don't come play in the playoffs. Regular season don't mean nothing to me. It don't. It's like NBA. I don't care if you won. You could have won. You could have did a Jordan in them 72-10. You dig? It don't mean nothing if you didn't win the big dance. It don't mean nothing. Okay? Kansas, Golden State did it one year. They went for the record, right? Guess what? They lost that year in the finals.
Finals.
They lost in the finals. They got there. Congratulations, but we don't talk about the runner-up. We only talk about champions.
And they were up 3-1.
It was a 3-1. Great team.
3-1.
Right? One of the greatest teams to do it, right? Who cares? Lamar, you're great in the regular season. You're outstanding. You're explosive. You're elite. I'm not taking none from your skill set, man. And it's not on you. Once again, it doesn't go all the way on you. But like Gil says, certain plays, it is on you because you don't do certain things at this level. You don't try to, not with three people on your receiver. It ain't happening, bro. You can check down, throw it away, do whatever you need to do, but don't do that right there. It's dumb. And Zay Flowers, stop being cute. Stop being cute.
Mm-hmm.
Go in the freaking end zone, finish the play. Finish the play.
What's he doing? Catching the ball, getting up, pushing on the guy's helmet to get up, spinning the ball in his face, and then you wonder why they throw a flag? You're gonna be like, oh.
Come on. You're doing too much.
Man, use your noodle.
You're doing too much. You're doing too much. It's a chippy game.
Undisciplined.
Going back to coaching. That type of stuff. That Kansas City was not going to beat themselves, bro. For them, you have to beat them. That's a team that you really have to beat. Because for the most part, they're well coached. Well coached. They lost Eric Bieniemy. They said Eric Bieniemy was, Mahomes and them. They was like your mechanic when you had your car, right? He knows your car, right? Oh man, no Bieniemy, but yet and still they're going to a Super Bowl. Was it the offensive coordinator? I don't know. I don't know. But maybe the record would have been a little bit better. I'm just saying they're going to the Super Bowl, bro. Jeez Louise, this guy lit though. He's there, and it's in Vegas. It's in Vegas. Woo. This guy, man, has a suite in Vegas right now. You know that, right? The Mahomes suite. He goes there anyway after off season. Him and his girl, him and his wife. She's irritating, man. She's like that chalkboard scratching, man. Like you're saying, she's that chalkboard scratch. She irritates my soul, man. I don't even like hearing her talk. I don't even like her on the sidelines, man. You know how she gives him a kiss in the morning. I don't like her nowhere near the guy. It's just, man.
Go watch it. Go watch it from home.
Jesus, boy, please. But I don't want to see you're not the star, lady. Okay, Miss Brittany, Brentley, Bridget, whatever the hell your name is. You're not playing football. You're nobody. Your husband is to somebody. You're nobody. You're just the chick that got this. You did whatever you did in college or high school to get that guy. Okay, smart play on your play. Okay, power that you know. It's a kid's show. Keep it light.
I'm not going there.
I'm just saying, Pippin. I'm just saying.
You're by yourself on this.
I'm just saying. She did her job. Okay, she did her job. Congratulations to her. You did. Get off of the screen, Miss Brittany. Okay, moving on, man. You were totally right. You called the Royal Rumble. You literally called it. You called it. I gotta give you flowers. You definitely. You called the storyline. You literally called it. You said in order for Cody Rhodes not to die off, because if he loses the Royal Rumble, the storyline dies.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the American dream, it dies. You know, I know he's American Nightmare, America. I know he's the nightmare. I'm telling you that the American dream dies all because he's doing it for his dad. Okay? Yes. CMP Punk doesn't take away from his legacy at all. You know, you're coming back in, you still got to feel the locker room. You still got to kind of, you know, because you're a-hole. Everybody know you're a-hole. You know what I mean? You are passionate, whatever you want to say, but you have to earn the locker room's respect. Okay? Could have been a play on both parts. You know, we see him showing that I can be a team guy, that I can, you know, do it for I'm not the same guy. I'm not gonna go on my rants and come in here and disrespect the company. I'm not gonna be that guy. So why not? The new guy coming back, old guy coming back, right? And Cody, you know, that momentum, which I mean, hey, it won't be shocking if he does get it. And lose it, you know, and quickly lose it. But I'm just saying, you know, that's a great storyline to build up on. You know, so many storylines that the WWE is creating, man. You know, even dancing with the idea of Rock challenging the head of the tribe, you know, tribal chief. You know, which him and his cousin already spoke about that. If the situation was right, then he would come back for that. Which you know, they're great writers. The content, you know, Triple H and his team, they're great writers. So I'm sure they could bring up a plausible storyline and make the draw us in. Okay. But great event. Great event, bro. Great event. Hands down, great event, man. I'm loving it. We're not like that middle part where it's like kind of like the Attitude Era, but yet the entertainment part of it too. So we're in like a good space when it comes to WWE. You know what I mean? Congratulations, once again to Cody, man, and I definitely want to see that storyline play out because I think he's an awesome wrestler, to be honest. And I'm glad he got over the gold dust or gold finger. What was it? Gold finger? What was it? Gold something? No, star child, gold child, something. You know where he came with his brother. And they
his brother was Gold Dust.
He was Gold Dust,
he
and
was
he was
Star. Was it Stardust?
Stardust. What the heck? Oh man, that was terrible. Man. That was terrible. Woo! What the Undertaker said he thought he was going to be the A guy. he said, I thought I was going to be the A guy. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all saw that documentary with the Undertaker when he was talking about how he became Undertaker. Vince McMahon called him one day and says, I'm talking to the Undertaker. And he said, oh, that's me. Yeah, the Undertaker. Yeah, you know. He said, I just want to be the A guy.
I remember the Undertaker before he was the Undertaker. I remember him in WCW as Mean Mark.
Yeah,
he took the spot of Sid Vicious as one of the skyscrapers.
Yes.
And I was like, I like Sid Vicious better.
Yeah.
I was disappointed. And then when he comes to WWE, when it was WWF, and I see him come out for Survivor Series, I'm like, with Brother Love of all people, I'm like, dude, that's Mean Mark. I mean, why did they got him looking like a zombie? Yeah. It took me just one time to see him like that, because the next time when I saw him like that, I'm like, oh, that's the Undertaker. Yeah, I didn't think about Mean Mark anymore.
Yeah, he's the Undertaker.
Yeah, he the Undertaker. This gimmick works.
Yeah,
it works.
And then when him and Paul Bearer got together, man, that's what sold it. Paul Bearer sold it. Him, one of the great managers
with the urn. The urn.
So that's all the power. Remember, all the power was in the urn, and they did an excellent job creating that character, man. And then to bring Kane in, when they brought Kane, how they ushered Kane in, how they worked Kane into the storyline.
The Brothers of Destruction.
Oh my goodness. Oh, you gotta love the Attitude Era, brother. You just gotta love that era.
The Attitude Era, you know, probably was the best, but they're doing really good right now. They're going through a change. There's no McMahon in charge anymore. None of them. Shane, Stephanie, and Vince gone. You know, the company that bought the UFC and the WWE, The Rock is on the board.
Wow.
for that. Which, by the way, congratulations to The Rock.
Indeed.
He is one of the very, very, very few guys that can use that name, The Rock, outside of WWE. Like
Yes.
he can literally do a movie and
Yep.
it could say Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He
Yep.
can do that because he now owns the rights to that name. Very few people were able to do it unless they use like your birth government name, like John Cena. Like John Cena can use John Cena because that's his name. But the Ultimate Warrior had to legally change his name to Warrior for him to be able to use Warrior wherever he went. I remember the Ultimate Warrior when he was the Dingo Warrior before he was in WWF. I remember that. I'm back in the day with that. So yeah, the only prediction I didn't get right, but I didn't actually make a prediction, was the women's Royal Rumble. I didn't pick a winner, but I did say Jade Cargill would make her debut. She did. I said that in the Fatal 4-Way, I said Roman would beat Styles.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
He did, because he's the guy that could afford to lose. It wasn't going to be LA Knight or Randy Orton.
No.
It wasn't going to be, because those two guys are hot right now.
Yeah.
So AJ Styles could afford to be the guy to lose and stuff like that. My only concern now, the curveball that got thrown in this, is CM Punk got hurt in the Royal Rumble. So he's out for a little while.
Yeah.
So now you had Seth Rollins, kind of putting in his 2 cents with Cody. And Cody said that, he wants to be, heavyweight champion. He didn't say that it had to be Roman Reigns this time. So it could be Seth Rollins' side. It would have been so great to see Seth Rollins and CM Punk.
Oh,
it would have been so great for that at WrestleMania.
Oh, that would have been great.
That would headline like night number 1.
I think that match would have been tremendous.
Oh, it would have been great, but now it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So I still think Cody challenges Roman because that's who he took on last year. And if you're going to continue the story, that's who he has to beat. I hope they don't make this like a 3-way kind of match, where the winner gets both titles, because I don't want Seth in this. I want Cody, Roman, one-on-one. I need his cousin to stay out of it, not interfere, and things like that. Listen, people, we know this is scripted. We know the outcome is predetermined, but it's still magic that they do in there. It's still a show. And if you're not going to make fun of the shows you watch on TV, okay, and the movies that you go to the theaters to see, because that's all scripted too. Okay, don't make fun of this.
Exactly.
Don't make fun of the Broadway show, the Les Mis and the Miss Saigon and the Phantom of the Opera, and the Rocky Horror Picture Show and all that kind of stuff. If you're not going to make fun of that, don't make fun of this, because that's what this is. You're the one that thinks that they're treating it like it's a real sporting event. You're thinking like that, not them. You. So don't make fun of them. Don't make fun of the people who watch it, because we get it.
Oh, we're definitely
enjoying ourselves. You don't want to like it, don't like it. This is America. You can like and dislike whatever you want, but know what you're talking about. If I ask you, why don't you like professional wrestling, and you tell me because it's fake, then you can just go home. You can get up out of here.
So why did you like Avatar?
Right. Why do you like Star Wars?
Why do you like Star Wars? I'm a Star Wars guy.
Rings?
Darth Vader. I'm a Darth Vader guy. I didn't like the spinoff. I ain't like that crap when they killed all the characters off and they rushed the new story. That was dumb. Yeah, it was dumb. You killed all the old people off. And then you brought the villain, who was supposed to be his grandson. It was dumb. It was so dumb. I dug the fact it was a female Luke Skywalker, and she learned from Luke, but it was the cheesiest storyline ever. And the Emperor comes back.
And a whole lot of people went to see it.
It was because they got sold into the Star Wars, right? We thinking it's going to be classic, and they took a classic and just killed it. They killed it, bro. They took the life out of it. They made some lifeless characters that we don't even know. I don't even know the villain's name. Ken Ryu.
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren. Okay, I know Darth Vader. I know Darth. Hell, I love Darth Vader. That was a great character. Great character. Great character.
Very good character.
Very good character. You want to talk about characters? I'm gonna tell you some characters for you, man. Segueing into our new segment, right? There's a character in NBA called No Defense. You ever see that character? It's called No Defense.
Yep.
Unremarkably, I love Adam Silver. I love that the game has evolved. I'm loving the modern athlete. I think this is something special. I think that the old farts can't do what these young boys are doing. Just be honest. You know, you sound like an old man that's scared of a kiosk. Oh my God, what's that? Let's go with this kiosk. Yeah, it's the future. Oh man, that's why they're trying to kill you off and usher in the new ones because you're just don't want to adapt. Okay. But one thing that I don't like, bro. I don't like it. 148 to 143. Yes, it's great. It's great. It's an all-star game score, not a regular season score. You got players, man, last week that made groundbreaking. It's coming now, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And B goes for 70. Cat went for 66, right?
Mm-hmm.
Donka comes back, goes for 73. Devin Booker went for 62. Like, what are we talking about? 1/2, 41 and a half. Luka went for 41 and a half. Some people ain't doing that for the game.
Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about? So what are we doing? As a defensive player, as an ex-basketball player, a person that loved the game, right? Respected the game on all levels, right? I don't even tell the young boys because all they want to do is be Steph Curry. They want to come over and shoot threes past a half court. Cool, young boy, that's cool. But what about stopping another guy? What about stopping another guy? What about impacting the game where you got to impact the game on the defensive side? None of them want to defend. Nobody wants to be that lockdown guy. Nobody wants to take on the challenge and saying, hey, man, yeah, you went for 30 every given night, but you ain't doing 30 on me. I take it personal. I'm shutting you down, homie. That's what I'm doing today. Nah, that ain't what's happening. For a guy to go 73, who is he getting it on? The whole team? Because whoever was supposed to be sticking him ain't do a good job, okay? This ain't zone, okay? This ain't no zone. This is man to man, okay? So that means the man is getting what you blame fight through a screen. What is it? You getting you're not communicating on defense, you know?
Where's your pride?
Where's your pride?
You're a professional. Man. You're a professional.
Come on.
Everybody cares a pro. Where's your pride, man?
Come on, man. That's the part.
Act like you care.
Come on. What you just pin the hand up and say, hey,
you can't give him a hard foul. You can't say in the third quarter, hey, enough.
I'm tired. Yeah. This ain't happening tonight. None on my watch. You're embarrassing me. My wife right there. You're embarrassing me. She's cheering for you now.
Yeah, take away something. Take away the middle of the lane. Do something. Pick them up half court.
Yes. I'm telling you, I'm so mad, Gil, when I'm coming in this huddle. Ain't none of this. I'm kicking water. I'm kicking coolers and everything, man. Yo, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I was talking to you, man. Yo, I told him he's coming back door. They set the screen. You were supposed to step up, and that's how we supposed to do. Let's talk, communicate on defense. Okay? You know what team I do actually respect that is actually a good defensive team, especially in this day and time?
Knicks.
Minnesota. I actually like Minnesota. Like they really do commit to the defensive side. That's the difference why they're winning. Them in Oklahoma City, OKC, the two top dogs right now in the Western Conference. They commit to the defensive side. Boston, defense. Mm-hmm. Milwaukee Coast got fired because of lack of defense, which was a bunch of crap because they brought in a guy, which I would give Doc. He will let you play some defense, but he's not the guy that's going to get you a chip. His resume as Gil Arenas, shout out to Gilbert Arenas, I love that show too. He said, if you look at the guy's resume, Doc Rivers, he lost in Orlando, right? He won in Boston, but he had 3 Hall of Famers, possibly 4 if you count Rondo, if he makes the ballot.
Yeah.
4. You trying to tell me you can't coach 4 Hall of Famers coach themselves? They ain't, I know you still need a leader, but for the most part, they're the leaders on the floor. Okay. You went to LA and lost 3-1 lead. You went to Philly with the big man who is clearly dominating the league. Clearly. You made him a jump shooter. A jump shooter, Gil. He's 7 foot, 285, 290, big boy. Why is he shooting threes? I'm not saying he can't, but do you see the Joker taking off the gas pedal on the defenders? No. He's impacting the game so many ways, and that's what the argument was for so long. Who's the better big man? Obviously, they're the best in the league. Clearly. Them two. Hands down, right? But the difference between one guy and another guy is the fact the other guy really impacts the game in all facets of the game. He's assists. He's a triple-double, walk a triple-double. He's definitely going to get you a rebound. He's definitely going to put pressure on you. If you are a small guy, he's taking you to the paint. If you're a bigger guy, he's going to take you outside, hit a three on you. That's how the game goes. You feel me? He comes across that lane. He's irky-jerky, slow, does what he do. And he's not flashy, but he's consistently consistent at what he does, right? Whereas you got the other guy who the coach for some odd reason say, hey, 7'2", yeah, let's just shoot threes. Hey, it's the ball. It's tight game. We need to win this game. So the best play I'm going to draw up is have my 7-foot center pop out and shoot a damn three. Excuse my language. Dumb coaching. No, look, my best play is this. Clear, ISO, throw it out to the big guy, let him do what he do. If we lose, oh well. I'm going to lose off a high percentage shot than some more crazy shot. Okay? That's coaching. Okay?
It's the same thing. Beat me with my best pitch.
There you go. Milwaukee. I said in the beginning, yes, you have Damian Lillard, but you gave up Drew Holiday. You gave up a stopper. What did you expect any coach to come in there and do? Okay, you sacrificed defense for offense, man. Plain and simple. I'm not taking them from Damian Lillard, but he ain't Drew Holiday. Okay? Oh, no. He's not a glue guy. He's not a glue guy. Okay? He is what he is. Yeah, that's why Portland sucked.
He just hit the game winner a couple nights ago.
Yeah, I'm happy for him. It's game time. I'm happy for him. Game winner.
I sense sarcasm.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, did you? Yeah. I'm sorry, man.
Spidey sense.
Should have went to Miami. I know you wanted to go to Miami. Probably been a better destination because that trade sucked. Terry Rozier.
Pretty good.
Kyle Lowry, he's old. Miami, I'm not worried about him. Crazy or not, you got to go through these little wrinkles in the season. Watch what I tell you. Playoff time, they transform. Superman puts on his cape. He comes out the telephone booth, and then you know he's a superhero. That's Miami for you.
Some teams are built for the postseason.
They are. He's Clark Kent right now.
The regular season is a grind.
And then you got some teams that come out, which congratulations to LA for winning that mid-season tournament. You got that sarcasm too? What the heck happened? Y'all won the mid-season tournament. What's going on in LA? Oh, it's just a dumb concept. I was kind of like halfway on board, but it's just a dumb concept. And we had a whole freaking champagne popping for wow.
Raise the banner.
Raise the banner. Are you serious? And now you look at them. Y'all might not even make the playoffs. The way it's looking. Y'all treading water right now, man. For real.
There's another team in LA that's caught my eye.
Oh. But hold on, Gil. We're gonna go there too. Hold on, Gil. Because they're reminding me, this is Lamar Jackson now. Stop it. This is Lamar Jackson. Great regular season. Playoffs. Yeah, playoffs. James Harden's not that guy in the playoffs. We better hope that Paul George and Kawhi stay healthy. They normally get injured around the playoffs. You know? And there's some teams that's still going to be a threat in the playoffs. I'm looking at the matchups, man. It's going to be crazy that first round, man, because you could possibly have
got some really good talent.
Oh, some great talent out here, brother.
And if Kawhi is healthy,
Oh,
he is the winner.
he is for sure. It's his team. They're gonna go with Kawhi, take him. Now, I'm not knocking Paul George because if Paul George could play up to Paul George level, they're a danger out. It's going to be a hard team to beat. They're deep. But I still think you got to be the champion. You got to dethrone the champ. Denver didn't lose anything. They still clearly got probably the best player in the league, right? They definitely got the best combo in the league with Jamal Murray and him. They got a heck of a bench. They deep on that bench, bro, and they get good minutes. Their bench is getting minutes. So they're already in rotation. It's not something that he got so much to play with, man. He got so many lineups he can throw at you. It's not even funny, bro. You feel me? I love what Minnesota's doing because it's still going to be hard out for them because they have defense. They have, as long as Cat can stay healthy and Rudy Gobert what he is, that's what you brought him over there to be. He's a rim blocker. That's what he is. He's a rebound guy, rim blocker. You need them type of guys. You know, just like in OKC, you got Chet Holmgren. He's a defensive guy. He's a tall guy. He guards that rim. You got SAG, man, playing at a different level. Different level. That young boy is nice. You hear me? And this is basketball terms, y'all. Nice. I mean, he's very, very good.
Okay. For all you white people that are paying attention.
He's very, very good.
He's very, very good.
Very, very good. He's nice. Okay. So, and then Steph Curry and Embiid because Embiid got injured again.
Yeah.
The guy got injured.
Shout out to Embiid, man. He was already had a sore knee, just came back. He was not looking good.
Yeah. And then Maxey, his wing, he got injured. So Philly's going through this little injury bug right now, which, they got Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris. Over me? Jimmy Butler quote. Over me? Okay, yeah. And then you look at this old behind Golden State team. Chris Paul? No. Draymond? No. Clay? Talking about contract extensions. We'll be happy to get a 1-year deal, buddy. You feel me? You're on the decline for real. It's cool, man. Y'all champions, man. Y'all got y'all reigns. Y'all had y'all dynasty. Y'all had y'all legacy. It happens. The pancake must flip. You know what I'm saying? The ball must bounce. Must keep on going. Evolution. The teams that were not talked about will be talked about. They had their
error. They had their error.
Bro.
Dynasty. They got their chunk in NBA history. There's
definitely do.
There's nothing to be ashamed about. They won 4 titles.
Yeah.
I mean,
you did it. You
great.
won at the highest level. You submitted. You have nothing to hold your head about, man. For real, you just got old. The game, you get old. I mean, it happens. LeBron is ancient. It's 20 years in, and he's playing at a high level. But come on, bro, this is 20th record-breaking 20th All-Star appearance, and the leading vote getter on top of that, the king. Crown the king, man. Shout out to the king, man. Crown the king. His accomplishments of what he is, Hall of Fame player, all of it. But the game is a young man's game. It's a young man's game, Gil. These athletes are getting stronger, faster. Once again, I wish they would commit to defense, but that ain't what the league is selling. They're not.
No.
It went international. It literally went international because that's how they were playing overseas. They've been playing like that overseas. They always been high-scoring games. NBA was cracked down defensive games back in the Michael Jordan era. So now the game has evolved and it has transformed, transcended beyond what Naismith created.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that something? It was something that was funny. I saw so they say, they're talking about I forgot I was watching, but he was saying how it was about black athletes or something. And it was like, well, you gotta think basketball was created by a white guy. He was Dr. Naismith with the cotton. And that's now look at this game. Look at this beautiful game. Look at this interpretation of this game, that has evolved. And every time we think that while Michael Jordan retired, I didn't think, we thought the game was going to die off, right? But then you got the Allen Iversons, Kobe Bryant's came into the league, right? But then as Kobe and them got older, we was like, man, where does the league go? You got the LeBron James, you got the Kevin Durant, you got the, so now you're looking like, man, where does the game go? Oh, snap. You got Embiid, you got Joker. Now the big man is coming back into fruition. You know what I mean? So now what's because you have one time it was a guard-driven league.
Yeah.
Now we're getting to the big man again.
Yep.
So what's the next evolution of the game? That's always my question. What's the next evolution?
Right.
Or they have robots playing because we're going AI.
Hey, you brought up the Joker and Murray.
Yes.
I think we both agree that's probably the best 1-2 combo, and especially the fact, the one is a center and the other's a point guard.
Yes.
The two top positions.
I got a question for you.
Sure, but I got a question for you.
Top of your brain. Can you give me, in your opinion, can you give me the top? Give me top 5?
Top
combos?
5. Top 5 combos
right now.
That's funny. Oh, right now. See, I was gonna ask you
of all time. Of all time. Oh, all time it'd be hard, man. Because I can say Kobe and Shaq. I can say Kobe, Shaq. I can say
Scottie Jordan.
I can say Scottie Jordan. I can say Clay and Steph. But I think that was more like they compliment each other.
That's more a trifecta.
No. What, Draymond?
What about Karl Malone and John
Stockton?
Oh,
John Stockton, for sure. Gary Payton and Sean Kemp. I could throw that combo out there. I can't. They were explosive, bro. They were explosive.
They were
explosive, bro. But I get
you.
They
made it to one finals.
I get you. Of all times, I can't give you that. Would you get Cousy and Bill Russell?
Cousy and Russell?
Cousy and Russell? I don't know if
that would make the top
era. Let's see them play.
They're not going over Magic and Kareem.
No, hell no. Magic Kareem. Oh, Magic Kareem, yeah. Penny and Shaq.
Didn't last.
They have a lot. They have enough time together. So you're talking about top 5. I mean, I'm just thinking about combos.
Mm-hmm.
But I ask you, who was the top right now?
Top 5 right now?
Right now.
Ooh.
Is there a top 5?
I'm going to go Tatum Brown.
Yes. That's one for sure. Tatum Brown for sure. We already mentioned
Maxey Embiid.
That's one for sure. And for sure. It might not be 5, to be honest.
I'm going to go, definitely Joker Murray. That's going to be number 1.
Yeah, that's 3.
You want to do LeBron and Davis?
Yeah, I guess you could throw LeBron and Davis in there. Yeah, you could throw them two.
Because when Davis plays,
I would throw them in there, especially when they're dominant. Yeah, I'll throw them in there. Still gotta give them that.
How many is that?
That's 4. It might not be 5. It might be stretched to 5.
It's not Luka and
Kyrie. No,
not them.
They don't even be on the court together.
You're not feeling Giannis and
Dame? Not yet. It's too no, not yet. Because they don't play off each other like that. You know what I mean? As a combo, it's like one to go off, but not together.
What about Karl Anthony Towns and Edwards?
I think Cat's playing at a high level, but I don't know if they're playing as a combo though. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think they play off each other.
Okay.
I think they go both get their numbers, but I don't think they use each other. With Jamal, with Murray and Joker, they use each other. Maxey and Embiid, they use each other, they play off each other. And Brown and Tatum, they play, they're so in sync with each other. It's like, man, pick your poison. But they play with each other though. You know what I mean? Like that's
what about Garnett and Booker? Not Garnett.
Durant and Booker.
Durant and Booker.
I think that's the potential. I think that's a potential because they are playing off each other. I just think that by them being injured and just not being in rotation, because all year they haven't really played together all year. Bradley Beal came in with a back injury. Durant came, he been injured at times. Booker been injured at times. So for them, it's just rhythm, not being able to play with each other for a long period of time. You know what I'm saying? But once that thing
and watching them last year, I'm like, man, those two.
Oh, Oh, for sure.
Those two, they play together for a few
Oh,
years.
oh, they'll be. Always say with that team, it's going to come down to the bench
Mhm.
because the starting five is stamped. Well, at least starting three. The center does what he does. Jerker does what he does. Nurk or whatever. He does what he does. But the bench is going to be the issue, especially when you're going to deep teams like Denver. Um, Teams like I would say Minnesota, but if they're more of a defensive team, they're gonna be hard out. It's gonna be hard out when they do play Minnesota. Because Minnesota was the only team last year. You think about it, that challenged Denver. That's the only series that they were really challenging. They
Mhm.
ran through Phoenix. They definitely ran through LA. You know what I mean? So only series they had was a tough one with Minnesota.
Yeah.
And Minnesota got better. You know what I mean? They got the coaching. I love the coach out there, man. He's committed to the defensive side, and I think that is going to go far in the playoffs, especially in the playoffs, because in the playoffs, man, you ain't seeing them numbers, man, them 150s and all that.
I got one.
Who?
What about Fox and Sabonis?
Ooh, great one. I would pick Fox Sabonis above the last one we talked about.
Booker and Durant.
Booker and Durant. I would, because I like that combo.
They play off of each
They
other.
do. They do.
Roll.
They do, because Sabonis is a double guy every night for the most part. He's giving you 20 and 10 easily. You know what I mean? And then Durant and then Fox is just awesome. And then the way that is, and that once again, the West is going to be a hard out, because I'm looking at some of the matchups in the beginning rounds. If it played out, man, it's going to be some hard games, man. You know what I mean? Because possibly Durant and them was going to go possibly up against, man, who was Clippers. Hold up. Clippers is the right now. No, they're the fourth seed. Yeah, Durant and them, no, they've been winning. So I think they're like the fifth. So that could be a possible first round. Clippers and Durant and them. LA, if they do make it, they might end up playing, Minnesota first round. Interesting. It'd be interesting. You know what I mean? It'd be interesting. Man, it's some Dallas might end up playing freaking OKC first round. That's a crazy matchup. So So I'm just looking forward to that, man. All-Star games come in. Congratulations to the starters were announced. Any thoughts about that? You think that any snubs? You think any?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I thought that Brunson should be
Yeah.
starting.
Yeah, I agree.
That was the one that stood out to me.
I agree. So you don't think Damian Lillard should have been the starter?
Not the starter.
I don't either.
He got in there off of name and reputation.
Off the name. Yeah, they said the fans had a huge part, because you had fans, coaches, and media. And I think the fans 25%, and players too. I think players was 25%. I think media might have been 50%, something like that. And it was neck and neck, but they said that his fan, which is the name Donovan, I thought, far as the starters outside of him, I thought it was a good pick. I think Halliburton deserved it. He's leading the league in assists. I thought Maxey should. I don't know Maxey. So hopefully Maxey gets as on reserve, because he deserved it. He definitely do. He's giving you almost 30 a game, bro. He's definitely giving you the minutes, and he's in 1-2 to Embiid. We already knew Embiid was going to be. Come on, it's Embiid. Tatum for sure. That's the face of Boston, #1 team in the league. You think Porzingis makes it as a reserve?
Well, the thing is, I don't think Embiid's going to play. I think since he's got this knee issue, somebody else is going to make the team that wasn't going to make it.
You think Porzingis becomes that? What they
He
got?
could be that guy. He could. They don't play any defense anyway.
Yeah,
so he could be that guy playing center. That's they could do that.
And the West Coast, you felt good with the West Coast picks?
I don't think I saw the West Coast team.
It was Bron.
Oh, shocker.
Kevin Durant. Joker. The guards were who was the guards? The guards were
Luka.
Luca, and who was the other guard? It was Luca and who was the
Harden?
other? Huh?
Could it be Harden?
No, it wasn't Harden. It wasn't Harden.
Booker? No.
It wasn't Devin Booker either.
Steph? Steph Curry?
Was it Steph? I don't think it was Steph. It might have been Steph. I don't think it was Steph though. I know it was Luca. It wasn't Steph. I'm trying to think who was it. It wasn't De'Aaron Fox. Well, I'm gonna find. I don't want to have America looking at us like we don't know. So I'm gonna just find out real quick. It's gonna be a name that I know I should have popped at me.
Who else? You're saying it's a guard. Let's see. Cherry bomb.
It was man.
Luca. LeBron. Durant. No Anthony Davis as a starter?
No.
Joker. Nope. Oh, what about Murray? Murray didn't make it because of the injury?
Yep, Jamal Murray didn't make it.
Did you find it?
I'm just looking for right now. I'm almost there. I had it, but done behind. NBA All-Star 2024.
Starters. West Coast. We're gonna lose our audience.
Oh, I know. It was Shy. It was Shy Alexander Gilchrist.
Oh,
OKC. Yep.
There you go.
Yep. I ain't even find on the phone. It was. Yep. Yeah. Right. He's averaging 30. He's averaging 30. He averaged 30 most 30-point games in the season so far. This guy's been on tear, man. Yeah. Steph didn't make it. I know it wasn't people that we know. Steph didn't make it as a starter. No. Now did he make the squad? Yeah, it'd probably be a reserve. But man, yeah, I think the ones that made it should have made it.
Good.
I had no complaints. You can say Booker, but once he got injured. But at this level, Shy is playing at that level. So, and Luka definitely wasn't going to not put Luka on there, you know. So right. Yeah, I think for the most part it was a good thing. Man, so I guess, man, I think, man, that's everything, ain't it?
Well, I guess the only thing to throw in is Mike McDonald.
Oh, yeah.
The new head coach over in Seattle Seahawks.
Yes.
He comes from Baltimore. He was the defensive coordinator.
Yeah. So they went.
He also is under the Jim Harbaugh tree because he was coordinator over in Michigan a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So there's that, and there's only one head coaching job left.
Washington. Now, my question: do you think now, man, where do they go? You think Glenn gets that job? Because you know they went out there and interviewed Aaron. Glenn from Detroit's defense coordinator. I guess the game is past Belichick. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that it's
I'm not sure Belichick wants that job. Belichick wants a job where he doesn't get outside interference from ownership.
Yeah.
He gets to really run the team. He doesn't get outside interference from a GM. That Washington's kind of finding themselves right now. I mean, It's good that Snyder's not there, but they're not established yet.
That's a fact.
They don't have a GM. They don't have a coach.
Yeah.
But I thought it would be appealing because they, right now they got the second pick in the draft. So
you think it's gonna be an unknown guy? You think Rabel gets in there?
I would do Vrabel, but I think the thing is the trend seems to be if you had, let's say, a defensive head coach and he gets fired, you go offense,
Your offense, yeah,
or vice versa. So I feel like because Rivera was defense,
yeah.
they want an offensive guy. So I'm trying to think about, offensive coordinators that might be ready for a job. I thought Slowey had a chance, but he's staying also with Houston. Obviously, we both thought Ben Johnson would have slid in. Now the rumor is, according to Mike Florio from Pro Football in America, it sounded like Ben Johnson was asking for astronomical amount of money, which
Oh,
tells me he didn't really want the job.
okay.
They were saying he was asking for in the range of Jim Harbaugh money. I'm like, you're nuts.
You're definitely nuts.
You're nuts. Jim Harbaugh's
You
making $15 million a year.
You won your offensive coordinator, okay?
Yeah, this will
We
be your
don't
first
translate
job.
that into a head coach that you're going to be good at a head coach, okay? So for you to come in and think that you're going to demand Jim Harbaugh's salary or that,
Mm-hmm.
no. What? You had a breakout year with Detroit. What are you talking about? Are you serious? Stop smelling, stop feeling yourself, and
Right.
come on, deflate the ego a little bit, brother. Okay, it's way different when you the head guy rather than just playing a position. Okay.
I think when something like that, now that's a rumor, it's not official, and there's no number attached to it. But where
Right.
there's smoke, there's fire. And if you're going to say it out loud, then there's probably a little something to it. It kind of tells me that he put big number out there knowing that they would say no. It's like, oh, well, they didn't meet my number, so that's on them. I think if you're asking for 15 million a year and you've never been a head coach before, I think every team is going to turn you down.
Indeed.
So I don't know why he would make them, go out there and meet with him just to say something like that.
What
But
about Bieniemy? Eric Bieniemy don't get the job.
see, Bieniemy, he's part of Rivera's staff, and don't you want to start fresh? You want to fire the head coach and a team that had a bad record, and you want to elevate their offensive coordinator to head coach? It just kind of doesn't. I think Bieniemy could get a head coaching job somewhere else, but I don't think it's going to be in Washington.
Right.
He did not show. He was not Ben Johnson.
He definitely wasn't.
He didn't show me a whole lot other than when they fell behind, he just abandoned the run. And when you don't, and that's why his quarterback got sacked the most of any quarterback in the league this year. So I guess one last thing I want to mention is in a few months, UFC 300, I think it's in April. They have not announced the card yet. That's a little bit down the line, but they did announce one fight, and it's a women's fight. The UFC signed Kayla Harrison, who was the big free agent a couple years ago, and wound up signing with the PFL, and she did her 2-year contract, so she was free agent again. The UFC signed her, and she's going to make her debut at UFC 300 against Holly Holm. I don't know if that name rings a bell, but Holly Holm's the one that knocked out Ronda Rousey the first take the title away, got her with the head kick. So that's her claim to fame. Now she's been up and down, winning, losing since then. But it's a very interesting, contrasting styles because Kayla Harrison she's built like a wrestler. She wants to grapple, she wants to take you down, ground and pound, maybe submit you. Where Holly Holm is a former champion in boxing, and she has, transferred her ability to MMA and is a former champion in the UFC. So she wants to keep it standing. So you got like the boxer, kickboxer versus the grappler.
Yeah.
So, it's if the fight stays on the feet, I favor this one. If the fight goes to the ground, I favor the other one. So they did not give Kayla Harrison a layup with her first fight. But the problem is Kayla is a little bit bigger. She fights at 145, and there's really no 145 division in the UFC.
Mm.
So basically, they're just going to keep throwing fighters at her that can make 145, which are usually the ones that are 135s.
Gotcha.
Now you don't really have to cut that kind of weight. So she's going to be the bigger, stronger fighter against pretty much everybody, because since there's no 145 division, you're going to get people from 135 just not cut weight to make that, to make that weight, where Kayla's going to cut, 20 pounds, and then she's going to walk into a fight, over 150, 155, fighting these 135ers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
It is what it is. What it is.
That's what it is.
I'll
Anybody have off night.
So with that being said, I guess that's our show. We still made it stretch to an hour and a half. That's amazing.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. We can do it. We can do it. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in to What's Good with Gil and Larry, and we will catch you next Wednesday. We will do a Super Bowl preview. We will have our picks for the big game. I got a feeling Larry and I might be on different wavelengths on this one. We might. We wasn't too often this year, but it might happen. It might happen. So for Larry Loper, I'm Gilly Irizarry. Stay careful, stay healthy, be good to your pets, and we'll see you next Wednesday, 9 p.m. on YouTube. Deuces, y'all.
100 grand, my man.
My man.